Guys, it's Jeremy Harriman on Music Meltdown back with another video. What for today, guys, is another album review. This guy, we're checking out the band Must Kill. They're a band formed in 2018 from the UK, a thrash death metal band that's new to me. They had two EPs back in 2020 and 2023, and this is their first full length entitled Condemned to Torture. Just released on September the 12th, 2025. Is an independent release. I came across this on my feed on Instagram, I believe. They're advertising the first couple singles, and the album cover instantly caught my eye. I'm like, wow, this might be the best thrash album cover I've seen in 2025. When I think of thrash metal and a top quality album cover, this is exactly what I think of. The bright colors, the contrast with the green and red, killer band logo, really good artwork, kind of that Adrepka kind of feel. Usually like aliens or like war or, gore or brutality. But in a really cool illustration similar to this, 9 times out of 10 when I see an album cover in thrash that looks like this or is in this style, 9 times out of 10 the album rips and is incredible as well. And this album did not disappoint the streak. It's a killer album, another banger. The last couple of weeks we've been just hit with like killer releases from Electrocutioner and Condition Critical, and just so many great releases the last couple of weeks. And this one was incredible. It's got 9 tracks in total, about 40 minutes in length. It opens up with an introduction. Sounds pretty cool, more acoustic-y sounding, but more eerie and more atmospheric. Doesn't overly all match the kind of the vibe of the rest of the album, but it sounds cool, but I could take it or leave it. The first full song was Nightmare Comes to Life, just over 5 minutes long. Really good opener, super thrashy. It's got some high intensity parts and blast beats, but a lot of their songs are kind of more in the mid-paced kind of groove pockets. I find that's kind of their sweet spot. The vocals are more of a shouty kind of vocal, not quite full death metal, but more of a shouty. At times they do go a little more raspy. A really cool vocal, very intense. They're considered a death thrash band, but I hear more leaning in the thrash realm. A little bit of death metal elements mixed in, but overall more of a I'd say more straight up thrash. But yeah, Night Comes to Life is a great tune. Great guitar work on this album, great riffs. A lot of simple riffs, but really good mid-paced chunky riffs that really get you that stink face going. Really heavy grooves. Love the grooves on this album. Really get your, like you said, your head bobbing, and air guitaring throughout this whole album. Singing along to the big kind of gang style vocals. Really like that opening song. And then the next one is the title track. Another banger. Really good riffs on this one. Memorable, chunky riffs. More mid-paced as well with a couple blast beats and high intensity tempos mixed in. And then Cross the Line was a really cool song. One of my favorites on the album. Pure thrash anthem. I could hearing this live at a club and just shouting along. There's a big kind of a gang chant vocal chorus in this one where they say, cross the line. They kind of say the same thing over and over again. Really sick grooves on this one. Really heavy, mid-paced kind of heavy groove and riff on the opening track or the opening part of the song. Really like that song. Probably my favorite on the album, or not one of the best. Lost was another song that had some really good mid-paced chunky riffs in there, really infectious, really catchy, more simplistic but heavy, and really get your air guitaring and headbanging 100%. And then Callous Words was pure, infectious, mid-paced banger. This song had this infectious kind of groove that was relentless through the whole song. It's just like that constant rhythm, and it's just a heavy fucking song, and I just love that song. Stood out from the album, a really standout track, the way it was produced, and stands out from the rest of the album. Definitely more mid-paced throughout the whole song, but really heavy, and just that really simple but infectious rhythm. Really killer song. And then the closing track, Enthralled to the Voice, another good banger, good mix of high tempo blast beats and some mid-tempo stuff mixed in. Overall production is really good, super heavy and bombastic. For an independent release, it's very impressive how good it sounds. Like I said, it's very heavy, the guitars are heavy. The drums sound nice and punchy. The vocals are clear. Everything's well balanced in the mix. Nothing's really drowned out in the mix. Standout tracks for me: Night Comes to Life, Cross the Line, and Countless Words, and Lost. I think are my 4 favorite tracks on the album. But not a weak song on the album. Everything's a banger. And definitely an album I need to pick up a hard copy of. Killer debut. Super happy I discovered these guys. And again, guys, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but it shows just how important our album art is, because this grabbed my eye right away, and I'm like, I have to check this out. And if you have like kind of a mediocre, kind of more amateur, kind of bland kind of artwork, honestly, guys, a lot of the stuff comes through my email. If it doesn't really catch my eye or I don't get the good vibe from it, based on the artwork and the description of the band, I just say next and move on to the next band. But perfect example, if this came through my email from the PR guys or the label saying, Jeremy, check out this thrash band from the UK, and I saw that album cover come up, I'd be instantly go on my calendar to review. So yeah, banger of an album, another one in the lineup. This month's been ridiculous for thrash releases. Like I said, Electrocutioner, Must Kill was killer, Condition Critical, and Violator. Just some really intense banger thrash albums. They're really impressive. For a rating out of 10, I'm going to give this an easy 8.5 out of 10, pushing a 9. Really, really strong album. Definitely one I want to pick up on hard copy. Hopefully I can get one. I'd love to get this artwork on a t-shirt. I think they offer it on a t-shirt. I'm not sure what the prices are like coming from the UK. But I definitely want to grab a copy of the album and a shirt from these guys for sure. So thanks for watching, guys. If you're not familiar with these guys, please check out the album. You can stream it on YouTube. They have the whole album up there. And head over to their Bandcamp, give them some love, and definitely give them a follow over on Instagram as well. A band well deserving of some exposure and some more credit. So thanks for watching, guys. The next review I got coming up is a Canadian band that reached out to me a couple weeks ago for an album they released back in August. So I want to review that for them coming up probably tomorrow. And I got some other reviews coming up for next week. And keep it metal, guys.